Hi, I'm Tim. Welcome to our channel and thanks for logging on. Today we're discussing the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Sky-Dweller, reference 326135. You can see and you can purchase this dual-time annual calendar Rolex on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during the video to see our full sales listing for this watch with additional accessories included, high-resolution images, and naturally complete pricing details for this timepiece. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a heavy metal review and how-to, because I know there's a lot of puzzlement out in the interwebs about how to actually use this watch. So I'm going to showcase its features, but I'm also going to showcase its function. Now, fit first. The watch features a 42mm case that's 42 across the broad from 9 to 3, not inclusive of the crown. It is thick at 14mm, far thicker than any non-dive watch from Rolex. And of course, it does feature a lug-to-lug dimension at 50mm that is, quite frankly, huge, given that the watch doesn't have solid end links that project out beyond the case. That's a rare measurement for a Rolex that's nothing but lug and strap. As far as mass, with a solid Rolex gold caseback, a full gold clasp, and an immense golden carapace, this thing has incredible heft on the wrist. It reminds me of the Deep Sea, but while the Deep Sea has bulk, this sheer mass of colored gold creates an entirely different wrist impression, aura, and persona than the oversized boomer submarine-sized deep-sea watch. This thing, quite frankly, is almost like a three-course dessert, all of it over-rich, all of it with whipped cream, but immensely complex and charismatic at the same time. So let's talk about the function of the watch, because I know there's a lot of puzzle, a lot of wondering, a lot of misunderstanding out there just regarding how the timepiece works. First, the fit with this gloriously thick alligator leather strap that can pull straight down. It does fit easily on my 16cm wrist, that's not a problem. And the clasp is very substantial, entirely milled out, also in Rolex's corrosion and oxidation proof Ever Rose rose gold. Very substantial, closes solid, gives you a lot of counterbalancing, one might even say, keel-like stability, almost like a sailboat on the open ocean. The mass on the bottom counterweights the mass on the top, so if you like to wear your watch loose, this one's not going to shimmy back and forth as you do. Okay, the functions. Everything in this watch is built around the caliber 9001's ring command bezel. So you thread out the crown, which is a twin lock and does endow the watch with 100-meter water resistance. You pull it to its outermost position. First, you wind it after threading it out. That's the winding position, effectively flush to the case. The outermost position allows you to set all of the indications in sync, and you'll watch all of the indications move. So now I'm looking at the index and the reference time, that is the time where I am not, or the AM/PM indicator if I set it to correspond to the center hands. The index is that little white and red triangle below the Rolex signature, and it's reading 1800 or 6 o'clock. Now you'll note, as I drive it forward, the annual calendar portrays a month that corresponds to one of the 12 hours of the dial. So 12 o'clock is the 12th month, that's December. December 31st, and again, 1800 or 6 p.m., you'll watch the aperture at 1 o'clock, January, is filled as the white indicator jumps to correspond to the change of the date and midnight. And now it's January 1st, just like that. As an annual calendar, it only needs to be corrected once a year during the jump from February to March, regardless of leap year status. Okay, so that's with the ring command bezel, itself a 60-piece mechanism associated with the function of the movement, justified all the way to the left. Turn it one click to the right, and now you can set the local hour hand independent of the reference time. Now, the local hour hand is the time where you are, so it will ultimately drive both the date and the month. It cannot be driven in reverse, however. But if you turn the bezel one more time, justifying it further to the right or clockwise, you'll note that a quickset for the date can drive it bidirectionally, forward or backwards. And you'll note that the annual calendar as well can be driven forward or backwards. Now again, if we want to jump all the way forward to the next month, cut to the chase and get to February, watch January, and now you see the month jumps to February. Finally, by justifying the bezel all the way to the right, clockwise, you've essentially disabled any of the special setting functions of the watch, although if you push the crown in 1 to 10, once again, you can wind it. Screw it all the way down to achieve 100-meter water resistance. Otherwise, the watch features Rolex's caliber 9001, which is much like its other high-end calibers of a 70-hour power reserve character, like, for instance, the 3255 or the Daytona-born 4130. So 70-hour power reserve, automatic winding, smooth bidirectional, so there's no unweighted unidirectional rotor wobble. You can barely hear it wind. It is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, as per Rolex practice, certified as a chronometer movement, then cased up and rechecked to ensure it's still meeting chronometer specifications. It does feature a full dual-anchored balance bridge with a free-sprung balance for resistance to shock-induced timing deviation, and it features a Breguet overcoil hairspring for resistance to positional or gravitationally induced timing deviation, and because it is a Parachrom blue overcoil, it also has resistance to magnetism-induced timing deviation. It is the most complicated Rolex movement with the Saros orbital system of planetary gears for the annual calendar, 40 jewels and 380 parts. So to date, the 901 is the trophy holder if you want the most complicated member of the Rolex movement fraternity. You can see it and you can purchase it on our website.